Are you still allowed to have guns?
Is that if the no.
Yeah, right.
No.
Yeah, I was talking to people about you recently, and they're like, in Texas they let felons have it. We could do some video shoots and stuff. And I'm like, if it's adjacent to illegal, Kyle's not about it. He doesn't want it. Juice isn't.
Yeah, I'm the kind of fella that special circumstances are made for. They're like, yeah, in Texas they allow folks to do this. Yeah, I'm not folks.
Yeah,
and we're not going to do it in your backyard. We're going to record it, edit together, make it cool, and show a million people, right? No, I don't think I'm allowed to do that.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, you're not, but
special circumstances.
Dmitry Potapov might be.
I don't even sound like that guy, Your Honor.
What are you talking about? I'm clearly different man.
That Russian character would be a very different fellow in this current political climate, huh? Would I lean into?
You'd have to. If your character was a Russian, you'd have to double down. You'd have to play the heel a bit. 100%.
And amplify.
That'd be
absolutely
spicy stuff.
You could shoot Ukrainians.
Stuff.
It would be super spicy, and you'd get a bunch of views.
You know what I do? Dude, you know what I do on the mannequins.
You would immediately get demonetized.
While I was doing my videos, I'd be under constant Ukrainian drone attack. like every video, there'd be mortars landing around.
maybe simpler drones, not the good ones, but
I don't think they have good
prop drones.
They're flying like AR drones with little 3D printed latches on them, carrying hand grenades.
Golly, what a mess.
It is impossible to get accurate news about Ukraine. I watch it all the time. And at this point, I'm watching Russian and Ukrainian propaganda, trying to sort of splice it, figure out what's accurate.
Look in the middle,
yeah. There's this Russian channel talking about how Bakhmut is going to fall. He's been saying it for 5 months now that they're just about to take over. And they're encroaching, getting ground. I think they might have half of it. So it's not crazy, but dude, you're 5 months off your prediction. That's a lot. Right.
Is that? I don't think that was the city you pulled up the graphic of last time, right?
Yeah. It just seemed Bakhmut. I think it seems like they gain another 100 meters every day, which sounds like nothing, but
that's
the Russians. You're
10 days go by, and they've got a kilometer. Maybe
this time next year they'll be somewhere. Yeah, it looks like it's going poorly for them. I enjoy it as a spectator sport. If I'm going to be completely honest, I don't,
This looks fucking exactly the same as I remember it.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a tiny bit more red where that AK is on the top, but I don't even know.
Follow it for 3 months, though, and they'll close that gap and take that right part.
How long before there's movies about this?
I bet someone's making one now.
Yeah, I bet some cool, all jokes aside, I bet there's some crazy stories happening there on the ground.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's a war.
Yeah.
Insane, horrible, interesting things going on.
Yeah.
The Ukrainians are about to do this huge counterattack. And it's interesting to me because, for starters, everybody
Operation Top Secret?
Why do
everybody knows? Everybody knows. Every fucking Uber driver is like, what do you think the Ukrainian counterattack is going to be? I think it's going to be north of Bakhmut where they encircle and pinch your movement or whatever. I think it's going to be in the south where they cut across and try to divide Crimea away from its supply lines. It's one of those two. And everybody knows. Everybody knows it's going to come in the first 2 weeks of April. Everybody knows where it's going to be. And part of me is doesn't that mean it's going to fail? If everyone knows, if Russia knows it's coming, won't they stop it?
No,
but I don't know.
No, it doesn't.
Also, because there are no secrets in modern war. There are the way the surveillance works, the way the drone works, the way the satellites. You can't hide 132 tanks. Everyone knows it's coming. You can't do what we did in 1940 with inflatable tanks pretending it doesn't work.
Right now, though. They said they were doing that. They said they were building those fake vehicles and stuff and sending them in. I don't know. I see it as a spectator sport. I don't know anything about wars. As close as I come to it is playing against Taylor. And in that situation, if he's bringing enough tanks, he can tell me all day that he's coming with those tanks, and he's just going to run my shit if I don't have a way to stop them. If he's got
Kyle knows I'm bringing the corn. He knows what I'm bringing. He can't stop me though.
I know
Russian tanks visually have been the same for 70 years. There's very little difference in the last 70 years. So I see these things rolling in on trains, and they're like, "Look at this! This tank is from 1941. Look how horrible a situation they're in." And I'm like, I don't know, because their 1980s tanks look like that too.
Let me help you though. what they did a size comparison. They put them next to each other. I think they showed the British Challenger tank, which they're sending, I don't know, a few dozen over, next to the T-52 or something like that. Wait, that's power armor.
Is that a Russian one?
It was like a 1950s tank that they had been seen like rolling out recently, and it looks like a Volkswagen next to a school bus. Like it's such a shocking difference. Like more like
with the Volkswagen being the good one, right?
No, the new Challenger is a big ass tank. Yeah,
didn't I thought remember when we had the Israeli tank guy in the hangout? He was talking about how like actually the smaller, I guess silhouette or whatever the term would be, tanks are better now because they're faster and more agile.
I think
which would make sense. Like if you can pack the same firepower into a smaller package that's more agile, like
he said.
You can get around the Tiananmen Square protesters.
He was talking probably specifically about the Israeli tanks because he was mentioning shit like, yeah, they're much faster than the tanks that we go up against and more agile, things like that.
Yeah, he was saying like those Palestinians, like they
don't have any tanks. They've got like slingshots.
Well, no, but he was saying they're quick on their feet, and if you want to run one down, you've got to really be a hell of a tank.
Thank God the brave IDF is there with tanks to take down those terrorists with rocks.
Swift-footed Palestinian children.
Yeah, those rascals.
You can't crisscross a fucking tank.
No, you cannot. No, not effectively. No. Those were always the scariest scenes in war movies. Is when someone would fall in front of a tank and then be crushed. Ooh, I always disliked that.
It doesn't look like that big a mismatch. No,
that's two different tanks than I was describing.
Right, he was just doing his best though. But,
which one's the Suburban?
That's two different tanks than I was describing.
Yeah, I like Steel Justice. That's cool. That's the name of that tank.
Dude, my question is, can the Abrams take a shot from the other one? Yeah, if they're both one-shot kills, then anyone has a puncher's chance, I suppose.
Yeah, right.
See, that was my thought. Is like if they can both one-shot the other, the one that's smaller.
I think it's the one that shoots.
That's a little benefit, right?
It's the one that shoots from further range more accurately, right? Like.
Well, that sounds more like a realistic concern. I'm thinking about like video game style.
Oh well,
silly head.
Yeah,
the Empire has a steam tank, right?
They do, and I am glad you haven't brought it against me on the field of battle because it's an absolute nightmare to deal with.
I know how to micro the gun. Like I don't just let it auto fire. I actually manually control the gun.
You do? No,
yeah.
Even without the Firefly dwarves or whatever get delivered tomorrow.
Yeah. Hey, it's a cool game for cool people, man. It's called the Chaos Dwarves, and they're cool.